Hey guys, welcome back to Kingdom Life TV. My name is Rashina and you are watching another episode of the Wife Life series. If you are new here, welcome. I see the subscribers rolling in. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you for being here. For today, we are talking about a topic that I particularly struggle with. I've had to do my own research on it. I started researching maybe back in 2020 when I just became a wife in the height of the pandemic, and I was working from home, and I had the opportunity to, learn some stuff that I believe I want to share with you today, because these are things that they have helped me. I've fallen off the wagon a bit. Some of the things I haven't been doing in a while, but I am hoping to start doing those things again so that I can see the fruit of it. So keep watching. I'm going to share with you 5 tips for homemaking, and there might be a bonus tip somewhere in there for you. So just keep watching. You will see me with my pen, you will see me with my book today, because I have written these things down. I don't want to skip out, I don't want to miss anything. I want you to get everything. And these are things that they have helped me. I've also shared a few of them with my mother, and the other day I heard her talking about it. I was like, wow, she still tries this, she still uses this, and I don't even practice it anymore. These tips work. They work if you work them. If you do not work them, they will not work, okay? So the first tip I have for you today, when you're trying to take care of your home, when you're trying to get everything organized, is this one. It's called a power hour. Yes, power hour. So let me explain what that is. So power hour for homemaking is basically when you set a timer or a stopwatch, and you say, okay, within this hour, I'm just gonna go really hard, and I'm gonna just do everything that I need to get done. Like, no joke. You just like, listen, this is this hour, and I'm just gonna go all out. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna do what needs to get done around the house. So with the power hour, it doesn't have to be like from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The hour can basically start anytime you want it to. So if it works best for you in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night, whatever time of day you choose to do what you do, you can use the power hour. With the power hour, what I did was, I think I came up with the power hour when I started to feel lazy. Like when I don't feel like doing anything, I'm like, God help me to just do what needs to be done. A power hour is basically when you just say, okay, I'm gonna spread my bed, I'm gonna do the dishes, I'm gonna mop the floor, I'm gonna sweep the bathrooms, I'm gonna clean the shower, I'm going to set some appointments, I'm gonna make these calls, okay, I'm going to do this for my children, okay, I'm gonna, whatever your task is, do it. Just say, okay, I'm making up my mind to get it done in this hour. Like, this hour, it's now or never. It's like do or die. This is it. And you let nothing derail you from this hour. So if you need to put your phone on mute or silent or do not disturb or whatever, if you will start watching TV in the midst of that, turn the TV off. Or what you can do is pull up like a background beat or a mix or a playlist or something on YouTube that is basically an hour, and you know that, okay, I'm playing it now, so once this ends, my hour has basically ended. So you just work. If you need to clean the fridge, if it's something that you need to do to take care of yourself, you need to organize your shoes, organize your closet, throw some stuff away, give stuff to Goodwill. If you need to run on the road, do errands, listen, whatever it is, power hour is your time to shine. So I think I've talked about that pretty much enough, and you have gotten the idea of what I'm talking about. I think this idea is pretty similar to something I got from I learned from a YouTuber years ago, about 3 years ago. She's a very mature lady. She's really nice. She's a white lady. She has four kids. Her name is Emily Norris, I think. Yeah, I haven't watched her in a while, but you know, she has a lot of homemaking videos, a lot of things that can help you. So power hour, guys. The next homemaking tip is called the Speed 15. I have some names for these things. Speed 15. You know that few minutes before somebody tells you like, hey, I'm coming over, and you're like, oh Jesus, the house is a mess. This needs cleaning, that needs doing. I need to put this thing together before people come over. You basically have like a 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Usually I think it's around 15 minutes before the person gets here, and you just start throwing things all over the place. You start getting things together. Sometimes you need a speed 15, okay? So speed 15 is basically 15 minutes of tidying. You just tidy up. So if there's cup in the room, on the floor, if the mat needs straightening, the pillows need fluffing, if you know the mirror needs to be cleaned off, or the whatever it is, speed 15. You set a timer again, you set a stopwatch again, or you play a clip of something, a piece of a movie or something, I don't know, whatever you choose, and you just get it done in, you know, 15 minutes. The thing is with even the power hour, the speed 15, and basically the other tips that I have to share, they are not just for homemaking. These tips I use too if you have like a full-time job, a part-time job, if you are an entrepreneur, or you're in school. If you are a wife and you're in school, you can use these tips too. I use these. I remember I used to use these when I was basically in college. I didn't have a name for it, but the power hour and speed 15, listen, when I have coursework to get done, when I, you know, have a presentation to prepare, power hour, yeah, speed 15. So whatever your task is, it doesn't have to be like things around the house, but if you need to go outside, run errands, if you need to go, you know, pay a visit to somebody, if you need to go and pay your bills, if you're still going to pay your bills, whatever it is, if you need to, you know, write a script down, if you need to write a book, whatever it is that you're working on, you can use these homemaking tips to help you to get things done, to be more efficient. So for the speed 15, it's basically 15 minutes of work, 15 minutes of determination, getting it done, doing what needs to be done. So as a wife, these are some of the things that, you know, they've helped me. Sometimes I am lagging behind on stuff. Sometimes it's not that I'm lagging, but I have so much to do. I have a full-time job, I have a business, I have a child, husband, I have myself, I have other people that I talk to, I have other things I need to do. So sometimes preparing like breakfast, preparing like snacks or whatever I need to prepare for myself, my husband, or my child, sometimes it's the speed 15 that, you know, gets things going. Sometimes when my husband is, you know, in a hurry, he just came in, he needs to go out, I'm like, listen, you know, getting these things, packing him water, packing him juice, packing him food, whatever it is. Speed 15 is the way to go, wives and wives to be. So I have my list here, and I'm glad I have this book with me, because this book is my lifesaver book, you know, Make Things Happen. I got this book, where did I get this book? I think I bought this book either in Dollar Tree or Dollar General. I think so. But you know, it's a book. It doesn't have to be like this one. It can be a book that, you know, you make. If you have some blank leaves and you want to staple them together, if you want to go to your local bookstore or Chinese shop or wherever you get a book, or if your little sister has a book, use that. If you have a book you used to use in high school but you no longer use, but it still has pages, use that. It doesn't need to be fancy, okay? I just like it when it's cute. This book says make things happen, and listen, this is the book that makes things happen. So that brings me to my third homemaking tip. And you know what? These tips are not just for wives. They are really for anybody. Husbands, you know, these tips are for anybody. So my third tip is make to-do lists. Make to-do lists. And listen, look at this book. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a to-do list here. This one says get personal to-do list. Okay. This one is a to-do list. To-do list. They're all to-do lists. I have, like, sometimes I give them specific names, like weekend to-do list, Christmas to-do list, business to-do list. Get a to-do list. Write to-do list. The thing is too, I don't just have this book as to-do list. I have to-do list on my refrigerator. I have a to-do list for my business. When I'm at work, like my 9 to 5, you come into my office, to-do list, okay? So if you know me, I'm a to-do list type of girl. And I think I got, you know, making lists from my mother. And based on the job that I do, it just reinforces that, hey, time management. This is also a time management skill, is making to-do lists. If you look in, like, my mother's bathroom, she writes on her tiles, she writes on her mirror with, like, the whiteboard markers, and you just write and you make a note of, you know, what you're supposed to do. What I love about to-do lists, you might think, oh, it's time consuming, but what's time consuming is having everything jumbled in your brain, feeling overwhelmed and overstimulated, feeling discombobulated, feeling like, what am I to do now? Feeling like, you know, indecisive and all over the place with what you're supposed to do. But listen, if you just take a few minutes, write a to-do list, it keeps you on track, it keeps you focused, and you can get things done in a timely manner too. So even with the Speed 15 and the Power Hour, before you start those, you can actually make a to-do list. So when you are, you know, working, you are on point and you get things done. One thing I love about to-do lists is basically using, okay, here's one. This one was done in November 11, 2023. And I have things here. And as I do it, I just have a red pen. I like to use a red pen or whatever pen I can find to just strike the things off that I have done. See, I have here, arrange the back room, clean, master bedroom, mop the house, make an Amazon purchase, you know, video, make something for somebody's birthday, complete an invoice. This has saved my life. I have to do this. Even for this, I made a list. So make your to-do list to help you as a wife to get things done, okay? I promise you, it's the best kind of mind dumping. Write your to-do list. Fourth thing, this one I struggle with because, you know, this one can be expensive. And this one is, let everything have a place and put everything in its place. The reason why the house gets messy and, you know, the room gets messy, or the dresser or the bathroom vanity gets messy sometimes, is because of, you know, storage. You don't have enough storage space. You don't have a place for everything. So if you don't have a place for everything, they're gonna be out of, well, they don't have a place, so they can't be out of place. So they find a place. And oftentimes, like in my house, because everything does not have a space, so, and everything cannot go in its place, oftentimes the back room gets loaded with things for my business, the living room gets loaded, the porch or veranda, the kitchen, everywhere gets loaded with business stuff. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, you know how it can be in your home. And other than that, the counters, we have counter space, so the counter gets loaded with stuff, like all kind of stuff, you know, because honestly we do not have a lot of space. If you look in here, well, I don't know if you can tell based on my background, but we don't have a lot of space, even on the walls. You know, we don't have like, you know, floating shelves or things like that to put things. And we want to, you know, we're still in the process of furnishing our home. So we do not have a lot of space for everything. So a lot of times things get messy. And I feel like I'm cleaning. I think I was saying it to my mother the other day. Most of the time, they're like, Mommy, I can't bother. Because everything, like, I feel like I clean the kitchen and the living room every day. And every day I feel like it's dirty. Like it never stays clean. Like it's always a mess. And you know, with having a business, having a child, that happens sometimes. So I try not to let it get to me. But the thing is, if you can, let everything have a place and put everything in its place. Oh, there is one thing. I just remember there's one tip I forgot to add. So you might end up getting quite a few tips. This tip is the one-touch rule. I think I've learned this somewhere too, somewhere on researching on YouTube, is the one-touch rule. In your home, there are things that will, you know, stay static. It will stay there. But there are other little things that you use every day. You use the broom, you use the vacuum, you use cups, you use plates, you use bags, you use your shoes. Once you touch it, don't just leave it all over the place. Take it to where it's supposed to go. So if you drink from a cup and you have it on the coffee table, or you have it on the place beside you, the headboard or wherever, once you're leaving, leave with it and put it in the kitchen. If you are coming home from work and you want to, you know, coming home from work sometimes can be so stressful. You want to just kick off your shoe, take off your bra, throw away your handbag, pull off your eyelashes, all of that stuff, and you just want to throw them to the closest place. Our closest place is basically the couch, right here. So a lot of times things get put on the couch right there. There are probably things there right now. Things get put down. So if you just one touch, you come in, just put your handbag, and this is where it comes in, where let everything have a space and put everything in its space. Put your handbag where it's supposed to go. Put your laptop where it's supposed to go. Your briefcase. Listen, if my husband will be like, Shana, just put that there. This is something I struggle with, you know, because sometimes I cannot be bothered. And not just that, it can be hard if you do not live alone to keep your house together. And I'm not saying as a wife, you know, you have kids and you want them to enjoy themselves. You want your husband to feel free to put his foot up or to, you know, so don't get too much or don't be hovering too much over when things are out of place. But, you know, try to do the one touch rule. And if, you know, sometimes it might be difficult, but if you teach your kids, or, you know, ask your husband, say, hey babe, can you, once you use, you know, your screwdriver or whatever, just asking you to put it back in the back. Sometimes I'm so tired having to clean up and whatever. If you know how to, you know, just communicate with your family, it shouldn't be too bad. Sometimes it can be bad, but you understand what I mean. These things take time. So the next tip is have a weekly calendar. I don't have one of this because I'm a to-do list, checklist kind of girl, but I think I'm gonna start doing this. Have a weekly calendar of the things you know you do every week routinely. You don't even have to make one from scratch. You can always go on Pinterest or Google. I recommend Pinterest. You go on Pinterest and you just type in homemaking weekly calendars, and you will see them. On a Sunday, you know, there are a lot of reset videos, Sunday reset videos. It's, you know, something similar, but on a Sunday you clean the bathrooms and you mop the floors, just saying. On Mondays you, I don't know, change your bed sheets and wipe the walls. I don't know what your thing is, but you know, on the list, on your calendar, your weekly calendar or whatever you want to call it, there are things you will do every day. Like, you know, you might need to wash the dishes, you might need to change, I don't know what you do every day. I can't think of anything. But have a weekly calendar. And this will be helpful to keep everything done. Sometimes too, when you're all over the place and you don't have a schedule, you end up trying to do everything and getting nothing done. I've been there where like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then at the end of the day, you just end up feeling frustrated, overwhelmed with absolutely nothing done. And the day just went away, and you feel like you have wasted your time. So get yourself a weekly calendar, monthly calendar, yearly calendar of things you do every week, every month. Some things are monthly, some things are weekly. Whatever it is that works in your home, yeah, these homemaking tips, they will change your life, I tell you. All right, we have been talking, well, I have been talking a lot. And this last tip, it's a bonus tip. Listen, wives, ask for help. You do not need to do everything on your own by yourself. Ask for help. Ask for help. Like, I know that it seems or sounds difficult, but ask for help. Ask your kids for help. Ask, I don't know, family for help. Ask your husband for help. And I'm not saying that these persons don't have things around the house to do, but sometimes simply ask for your help. Ask for some help. Especially, I know that when wives, you know, you just get married, you want to be super wife and super mom, and you don't have to be sometimes. I can understand if you want to, you know, have a grip on things, but ask for help. Ask for help. In our home, there are specific things that I do. Not because we sit down and discuss that, oh, I will do this, you'll do that. Sometimes it just flows that way. And there are times I ask my husband for help. I'm like, hey, if I'm cooking, I'm like, hey, can you just cut the seasoning for me? Or, you know, babe, I'll sweep. Can you just mop the floors? Can you help me put this bracket on the wall? Whatever it is, ask for help. And the thing is, sometimes if you cannot ask for help, pay for help. Pay for the help. If you can, I see persons do this even on, you know, YouTube, and persons I know in person. Every, you know, once a month, twice a month, or every other month, they get somebody like a cleaning service, a friend, a helper, somebody to come in and help them clean specific places in the house or outside of the house. Ask for help, babes. Ask for help. I think I told my mother last week, like, hey mom, I don't know if you'll be interested in this, but can I pay you to help me clean my house once a month? Because I cannot manage everything. If I'm supposed to be great and do great at everything that I'm responsible for, I honestly cannot manage. And sometimes things get left behind, and sometimes I know my husband wants more to be done, and he is so busy too. Sometimes he, you know, he goes to work, he comes back, sometimes I'm like, babe, why don't we pay somebody to do this? You don't have to do this. I know you want to do it, I know you want to get it done, but pay somebody to do it. You know, it's not like you're rich, but at the end of the day, if you're stressed out and worn out and drained and suffering from burnout, just pay somebody to do it, okay? And if you need to supervise, then fine. But I told my mom, hey, I want you to come in once a month to help me to clean. I'll pay you. And she's like, okay, fine, you know. And right now, I am trying to plan the day when she's gonna come in. I want to be here when she gets here, so we can work together, so it can go faster, so everything can get done. So those are the tips that I have for you. I do not know how long this video will be, but if you have watched it to the end, thank you. You are amazing. Thank you for watching to the end. Listen, don't forget to subscribe. Your subscriptions help our channel to grow. Comment. Even if you don't comment, because I know some people don't like, you know, texting, You can like the video, you can share it. So thank you thank you once again for watching. My name is Rashina. You are watching another episode of the Wife Life series.